Good evening, I'm Andy Hong, and welcome to Ten10, your top 10 news in 10. Wait a minute, or is it 5 minutes? I'll tell you guys straight up, this isn't your regular Ten10 news episode. If you're here for my hardcore on-point news delivery, I'm afraid I might disappoint you a little. As you know, the testing season of May and June are reaching the peak of its brutality, and frankly, it's a bit overwhelming. Speaking of which, hope you guys all did well on your SAT 2s this morning. But I still came out here because our studio will be closed for 2 weeks after this week, so this will be my last chance to talk to you guys before Ten10 goes on its brief hiatus. Well, since we are a news team, we'll very briefly go over the top headlines of the week, as there were plenty. Don't worry, we won't go into the whole deal with Caitlyn Jenner. I think the general news media already beat that news into the grave and down into the outer core. First of all, the US suffered one of its most serious hacking attacks ever, as suspected Chinese hackers gained access to personal records of as many as 4 million federal employees. Of course, China denied all the claims. China has its own problems back home, as a ferry on the Yangtze River flipped over in rough weather to claim 396 lives, mostly elders, including a toddler. Around 40 passengers are still missing. The government did manage to unflip the ship, so investigations will be hopefully easier from now on. South Korea also had its share of bad ferry incidents, but now its chief concern is an outbreak of Middle East respiratory syndrome coronavirus, colloquially known as MERS. No, I'm not being racist. The name is because the disease originates from the Middle East. According to CNN, nearly 1,400 are in quarantine as a result. There is no vaccine as of now. Oh yeah, remember the corrupt FIFA president Sepp Blatter, who was re-elected to be the king poop of Third Mountain for the 5th time last week? He resigned. So Rick Perry joined the presidential race. So now it's 10 Republicans to 4 Democrats confirmed to be running. That didn't really help the Republicans when candidate Ted Cruz threw some low blows at Vice President Joe Biden, whose son recently died of brain cancer. Smooth. Former Speaker of the House Dennis Hastert is also not really helping the U.S. government's reputation, as he is under fire from lying to federal investigators while withdrawing $3.5 million to cover up misconduct dating back 30 years. Man, bad karma hits you hard. Greek Prime Minister Alexis Tsipras told his broke nation's lenders to, according to the BBC, not humiliate Greece over debt. Well, I think he and his colleagues already brought them to themselves when they went into debt in the first place. Okay, the safe face game is strong with this one, but if there is no deal by the end of June, Greece isn't going to get any bailout money at all. Make your choice, guys. The Midwest is getting its share of rough weather on top of the storms in Texas and Oklahoma last week. Colorado experienced violent thunderstorms, tornadoes, and hail that didn't do as much damage or deal as much death as the storm over Texas and Oklahoma. But we'll just have to see how this turns out as the system moves on to Nebraska, Kansas, and Oklahoma again. And Stephen Colbert, after finishing the Colbert Report, made a comeback video as David Letterman's replacement for The Late Show after losing his Cole beard. He recently named John Batiste as the new band leader, which will be pretty epic. So I really wanted to make this week's science news about the New Horizons probe again, because it's just a month away from being the first man-made object to fly by Pluto, which I think is cool as hell. But then this piece of news came up on CBS, and I just couldn't let it go. No, you'll not sing that song. No. Resist the urge. Good. The port of Astoria in Oregon was having a bit of a sea lion overpopulation issue in the docks, so they decided to make a 32 feet long fiberglass killer whale that they would drive up to the sea lions and scare off. The fake dolphin managed to make the sea lions to be quiet for once until it was flipped over by the wake of a passing ship. Nice try, guys. Nice try. They did say they will be trying other non-lethal ways to control the population. Maybe we should add or take away an electron from the sea lions that'll turn them into seals, and it won't be a sea lion problem anymore. I'll let you chem nerds think about that for a moment. So, that's the super quick 10-10 news of the week. I know, it was short, it may have been disappointing, but there's another reason why I gave up study time to come out here and film. This 10-10 will be the last for our 2 graduating seniors, Stephen Jun, our editor-in-chief and life mentor, and Ben Park, our tech manager, air horn master, and comedic consultant. Give a hand for these 2. I don't know where I would be right now without them. Ben was with me for years, ever since the group was first started. I'm really going to miss him when he leaves. And Steven really carried the team by taking care of gaping holes in the group when our last class of seniors left. I'll be forever grateful for that. Salute, guys. It's been a great trip, and I hope college opens up a new chapter for you guys. Wish you all the best. As always, make sure to leave us a like on Facebook and YouTube, and we'll be back after the short break. Good luck on the rest of the school year, everybody, and good night.